On the air. Oh,
Across the station, we make fun.
we're on.
Yeah, it is. There
Or
we
was
are.
it?
We hope we love news. We just love to give you the news.
Now. Hey, moms and dads, boys and girls, we're back. It's the Kidders. It's me and Tim, and we are the core of the Kidders and the only ones left. So joining me with a commentary on this week's news, as always, the Aristotle of comedy from Indiana, Mr. Tim Slagle.
I'm sitting here watching the Weather Channel. I predict I'm going to be much better at eating a New York pizza than they will be with a Chicago-style blizzard.
I'm just looking at all of these people in New England who have, the $6,500 is the average price for a Super Bowl ticket, and they're sitting there with their airplane tickets ready to go, and they can't get there. That's what you call cheaters proof. That's what happened. Well, we got several stories, but breaking news. Just so you know, we're on top of this stuff. Breaking news right now: a drone, and you've seen those, the little four-propellered little hovercraft, has crashed on the White House lawn. They don't know where it came from. The president and Mrs. Obama are over in India right now, which I think is where the drone was controlled from. And
well, actually, it's my understanding that I'm sorry I missed that. It's my understanding there was a lot of confusion because when the Secret Service started saying that there was a drone on the White House lawn, they thought Josh Earnest had escaped.
And then somebody said that they thought it was a crone. They go, no, it's too early for you, Hillary. Imagine if that technology had existed when Bill Clinton was in office. We would have got some great aerial pics from the Oval Office.
A lot of good footage of backs of heads.
Now, here on the complete other side of the spectrum, if there is another side, in Minnesota, this guy's mother died, and she had money in the bank. So he took his dead mom, put her in a taxi, went down to the bank, put her in a wheelchair, and wheeled her up to withdraw the money.
Well, yeah. I mean, it was a lot easier than trying to get her to cough up her pin.
And they said they suspected something when they noticed that as he pushed her in the wheelchair, her feet were dragging underneath the chair, and she didn't appear to be breathing.
And she made an unexpected deposit.
Which then had to be cleaned up, of course. So, it's like a real live Weekend at Bernie's. And speaking of Bernie, I don't know if Bernie was this guy's name or not, but in Dusseldorf, Germany, they have made a declaration. There's a guy over there who was accused by his landlord of ruining the floor in the bathroom because he peed standing up. Now, if I were the guy, I'd tell the landlord, all right, install a toilet. It won't happen again. But apparently it's the dribble around the toilet that he said ruined the marble floor. And I didn't know that pee would stain marble. Otherwise, all of those statues in Rome would have been soiled by dogs.
Well, I think where's this going to stop? If we're going to ticket some guy for peeing standing up, we're going to have to go next. We're going to have to go after woodland bears.
Well, first we have to prove it. And they said that the two names that they have for these guys, they have the Stehpinkler, who are men who pee while standing up, and the Sitzpinkler, who are men who pee while they're sitting down.
It's actually Sitzpinkler is actually German for girly man.
Yeah. It's well, And I think the greatest the greatest line I ever heard was in Billy Crystal's latest book, where he talks about getting older. And he said that when he sits to pee, it feels to him like he's making tea with his balls because they're dunking in the water. But they're not deflated, and that isn't that important. What do you think is going to happen with that deflate thing? Anything?
No.
No?
No.
I would like to find, there's got to be, somebody has to be behind it. I don't think they could all just lose air,
Well, I don't think it's going to be an issue because Katy Perry has already assured America that by halftime everything will be properly inflated.
And all we can hope for then is a wardrobe malfunction. But our final story today is about true love. True love. A woman by the name of Kat Hoffman is a little person, a dwarf, a midget, if you will. She stands 3 feet 11 inches tall. And she wanted to find a career that she would be good at, so she went to a strip club one time and said, hey, I can do this, and started stripping all 3 foot 11 inches of her. And not only did she become a local favorite because people wanted to go out and see the little stripper, but she met the true love of her life, an Army sergeant who is 6 feet tall, and they're going to get married. So I think that's very sweet.
Well, yeah, he's 6 feet, she's 3 feet. Do the math.
He likes her a lot. He's nuts over her.
Actually, I think this is probably a secret military project. I think the Army's working on a strip club that can fit in a backpack.
The CIA is looking for little hookers that'll fit in a carry-on suitcase. But she doesn't call herself a stripper, she calls herself a smile producer. Which, that's like a hooker being a stress reliever. Which brings us to the question of the week. As we all know, Super Bowl XLix is coming up on Sunday between the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Cheaters, and I for one don't plan on watching it. I was just wondering what you were going to do instead of watching the Super Bowl.
I think I'm going to do the backward Super Bowl. That's where you watch the commercials and take the bathroom breaks during the game.
That is true. It is known for the commercials. I'm either going to go to a midget strip club or I'm just going to watch the video from the Bears in 1985. Well, we have a viewer. We'd like to welcome our viewer. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Kidders. If you, lucky viewer, would like to be a kidder, because we currently have an opening, and as you can see, it ain't that tough. Email either Tim or
first 3 hits gets on the show.
And we'll give you valuable prizes. I'm sure Tim and I both have CDs laying around that ain't selling. So either email me or Tim at either timschlegel.com or daleirvin.com, and you could become the next kidder on your way to fame, fortune, and complete anonymity, because nobody will know. That being said, you got anything special coming up, Tim?
No.
No? Okay. Well, me either. My birthday is Wednesday. If you're looking at this, please, you don't have to send me anything unless you really want to. But it is my birthday, and so I'm going to be planning that the rest of the week. It's the 8 days of my birthday. I call it Dale Cup, and hope to get a present every day. Other than that, say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, Dale.
Bye-bye, folks. See you next Monday.
What's the news across the station? We make fun of information.